it's Tasha.
And Levi.
And Case. And Austin.
With Pine Knot Family Farm, and welcome back to the channel. We're harvesting our potatoes tonight, and we've already harvested one row of them. We've got those curing out in the mudroom in the house. We've done those about 3 or 4 nights ago, so we're on to the second row tonight. And we wanted to take y'all along because our potato harvest was pretty awesome this year.
It was better than we expected by far.
Way better than we expected. And
for no more than we put into it.
No more effort than we put into it. So we done the roost out method, but we didn't fully do the roost out method. So we decided to plant potatoes here, and this is around our blackberry patch. So this is a new area that we tilled up. It's never been planted in before. We did not tarp it like you're supposed to through the fall and the winter. So Levi come through here with the tiller. He tilled it up about how many inches?
About 4 to 6 inches deep.
We put a little compost on top, a little bone meal and blood meal to hopefully keep the predators and the animals away, because this is not
this is
electric
deer
fence.
country.
Yes, we got deer and stuff here, and we just barely buried the potatoes and covered them in straw. And we come out here 2 more times and mounded them up, and instead of mounding them up in dirt, we mounded them up with straw. We kept the weeds out as much as we could until about the last month, and as y'all know, when it gets that hot down south, it's pretty much impossible to keep the weeds out of something like this. It really done amazing. So next year or this fall, we're hoping to tarp it off, smother out some of the weeds, so we'll have a less weed issue next year. And I think we're going to be doing probably...
We're going to compost all this straw and other stuff back into the same area, so we're going to build the ground up here a little bit, kind of amend the soil with all the straw and stuff, but it done really well.
It done really well. So we had the roost out method in mind. We just didn't fully do it because we didn't start in the fall. So I think we'll do it a little bit more thorough this year.
Do a little more, still a hybrid. I mean, I love planting in the ground. It's kind of hard for me to get away from the old-fashioned way of doing things. So even though we just planted our potatoes barely in the dirt, we had enough moisture to get them to sprout and everything. That
we did not water this. We have no access to water down here unless we want to tote water in. This has not been watered at all, other than just the natural rainwater.
And we did have a lot of rain this year.
We did have, and then it got dry.
We had a lot of good rain.
So you may be wondering what we're doing with the excavator, the mini excavator down here. Do you want to explain that one?
Well, that's an easy way to dig taters. Well, we're actually going through and raking the straw back and picking up what we can by hand before, but what we found, there was some potatoes underneath the top of the soil. So all I'm doing with a mini is just, we're raking which we had a lot of weeds, and so I raked that back first just to get the weeds and straw out of the way. So, but then once we got done with some of this area the other day, I went in and actually kind of excavated a little bit of about 6 inches deep, and we did find another probably 4 or 5 pounds of potatoes, you know, just by doing that. So, and it also, again, we're trying to use that to mix this soil back together and mix the straw and stuff back down into the soil.
Yeah, so overall we're pleased, and we're going to take y'all along as we harvest the second row. Now the first row was the red Kinec potatoes, and this row is the yellow Yukon Gold. So let's take y'all along and get started.
Where'd you get your seed potatoes from?
I got them from the local co-op.
Okay.
So they didn't come from any well-known place. They were just our local co-op. What'd you find?
A fresh blackberry.
I picked them night before last, but it looks like they need picked again. They are loaded again. Now, as you'll see here, most of them are on top like that. He's digging through, and we may find an occasional one like that right there. Yeah, but they're not deep at all.
And there's one hiding in the hay.
How far down would you say you're having to go, Levi?
5 inches, 4, 5, 6 inches. Go. They're just right underneath the hay. Kind of an odd looking potato.
That is odd looking.
some of the weeds we were fighting this year with the potato.
So you can see we got a bunch of new potatoes, the little potatoes that you call them. They're really good for bulling and stuff. Here's some of the red Pontiacs that kind of crossed over into the other one, the other row, but medium-sized potatoes, large potatoes, small. Probably can some of these little ones whole, maybe with some green beans. So here's a plant that we pulled up. Some of the potatoes has already fell off of it. This dark one right here that's kind of rotted and mushy, that's the actual seed potato that we planted. Those are potatoes.
Oh, from here. Right here.
Mother load!
Woo!
Like Easter.
Like an Easter egg hunt?
Like Easter egg hunt.
Are you supervising? Huh? Do you need a belly rub?
Yeah.
You need a belly rub. You just keep on supervising.
What about that big one, Case?
Where? Oh, right there.
Whoa, show me that big one. Whoa.
Go ahead.
we do a good job? Did we do a good job? Is that a stamp of approval? Thing that I wanted to show y'all before I get off here is I won one of these Roo aprons from Walterman Homestead, and they have a YouTube channel. I'll link it below, and they also have Instagram. They were holding a contest and I won this, and y'all, it is so awesome. I didn't use it tonight just because I knew we were gonna have way too many potatoes. But so this goes around your waist, it clips on here, and then it's got a little spot you can put tools and stuff. And it's got this huge pouch in here, and you can pick your garden, pick different things and put them down in here. And then you let go of these strings and it falls out the bottom. So you can wear it, have it on, take it to the kitchen sink and release it, and all your stuff go in there to be washed or into a bucket. So it's pretty awesome. I think it's a really neat thing, and I plan on getting plenty of use out of it this year. So thank you, Walterman Homestead. I'm gonna leave that link below. Go check them out, show them some love, and tell them that Pine Knot Family Farm sent you. Total 2020 harvest. These are ones that have little nicks or a little blemish on them. And those over there are blemish free and perfect potatoes that should store for a while. Here's the wagon that we brought in tonight that I will separate out into these two separate piles. So that's our potato harvest. That is the final potato harvest for 2020. I did take a few of the first round of potatoes, the red ones, that was kind of already sprouted back, and I planted them in my raised bed just for a small little, probably 5 to 10 pound harvest, nothing major. Definitely did get a huge return. The red potatoes were definitely a lot more plentiful than the yellow Yukon Gold. We're still happy with this. Our wagon was a lot fuller the other night on the first row, but that's a lot of potatoes. We definitely planted enough potatoes to get us through the winter. This is the first time that we have actually planted the potatoes in the ground. We've done a few in the raised beds before, not a huge harvest. So we're definitely very happy with this, and we're happy with this method. We're very blessed with the harvest that we got. So I hope y'all have enjoyed this. It is getting dark. It is definitely muggy. I'm pretty sure I probably have a little bit of dirt and mud on my face. We live in Northeast Arkansas. Zone 7B. This time of the year, even though the sun is going down, it is so humid out here that you just sweat. It's just muggy, miserable, humid, no matter what time of the day it is this year. So we definitely deal with the humidity. I think it was 100 today with like 112 heat index. It's the hottest day that we've had so far. If y'all haven't tried this method, I highly suggest it because it worked really awesome. And you have to consider the fact that we didn't do it exactly the way we was supposed to. We didn't get a jump start on it in the fall and have it tarped off. So I think it'll work much better that way. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Y'all have a great one.